Hello, this is Nathan with RPS. Today I am playing for you Hyperlight Drifter, or at least a very early build of it. I apologize for any sound issues or my voice being too quiet. I can't actually turn down volume on this demo. That's how early it is. Also, it's very cold in the room that I'm playing, so if I just stop making sound at all for a while, just assume that I died and move on with your life, or tell the other RPS people to unfreeze my clone, somewhat ironically given that I will have frozen to death. Anyway, this is Hyperlight Drifter. It's obviously very attractive, and also it's got kind of this nice, haunting vibe to it in terms of sound. That might lead you to believe that it's a very peaceful, nice game. It is not. It's quite mean. I've played through this demo once already, and I died a bunch. So maybe expect to see a very choppy video, because I might have to edit it into something where I'm not dying constantly. We'll see. Here I go. So yeah, as you can see, I've got, at this point anyway, a primary attack, a dash, and also, for the sake of showing it off, a shield. Those are my main things at this point. However, in the full game, there are going to be all sorts of items and things too, a gun, grenades, stuff like that. And yeah, so this little bit right here is kind of platformy. Beyond that, I would say the game feels like a more action-y Zelda sort of thing. Let's see. So, again, this is a very early version of the game, and I've spotted a few flaws, like right here, this, the dash here is kind of difficult to do without falling to your death. You've got to get it just right. Earlier I kept messing it up, and then, as a result, dying immediately. But yeah, so let's see. Go through here. So this is the first... So I have used editing magic to hide the fact that I just died and had to walk all the way back here after a checkpoint. Like I said, not an easy game, although I'm pretty sure that after having watched me play this at GDC Next, the developers probably sent me an easy version, thus the health everywhere, because they felt really, really bad for me and my inability to play their game well, which is fine and understandable. So yeah, this is more of a, like, kind of dungeony environment. I just dropped into a hole from the overworld. Again, kind of Zelda-esque in that respect. Yes, annoying TV bug. So this area, originally I thought it had glitched out. I couldn't figure out how to get through it. It turns out, however, that the real problem is just that I am an idiot, and failed to realize that I could reflect bullets by blocking. So see, here's this guy. I can block bullets back at him, and use that to kill him, and then a bridge. Before, I just thought that the demo had died there. Oh god, this part. Please leave me alone. Easy as whatever that was. So yeah, another outdoor section, and this is just a demo put together for the purposes of showing off the game. So the game itself will probably be more coherent than this, and just generally more probably packed with variety as well. As is, this is just combat, and a lot of it, and oh god, that's a lot of dudes. Definitely one of the keys of combat in this is to stay hypermobile, otherwise you will die quickly. The other big thing that I'm probably going to fail at here is to not get overwhelmed. Which, again, goes back to staying on your toes. And, What now? Oh, God. But yeah, because you can't just hack and slash your way through things. Though you get a little bit of a stun on enemies when you hit them, it's not a lot, and so sometimes they can just power right through it. So even if you think you're charging through this giant horde, chances are they can just overwhelm you pretty easily by continuing to attack. They've got numbers on their side. So that's always something to look out for. Again, I'm not particularly great, but you get the general idea. Oh, sweet Christ. Once again, numbers. The game, so far, likes to throw a lot of numbers at you, but you have to outthink them, not overpower them, because otherwise you will die quickly. Thankfully, lots of health. Once again, just let's kind of look around the environment while fighting off annoying little... I don't know what those are. They look like spiders, but they also look like televisions. What are you? Let's just look at you instead of murdering you with my really cool sword. Yeah, just some sort of little square spider thing with a giant eyeball. But yeah, again, back to the environments, and really just everything about the look of this game. It does add a lot to it. I mean, especially just the way that your character moves when he hits, and the sounds that makes, and when you dodge, that little after effect. Everything combines to give it this really satisfying feel, even at this early stage of the game's development. And I think a lot of that goes back to the fact that they're working with the developer of Samurai Gun, another game that's really a lot about feel. So there's a lot of style here, obviously, but there is substance to that style as well, and I think that's pretty important. Why am I bad at things? Shit, I might actually die here, which would be really embarrassing. Nope. Take that, people who are prepared to laugh at me. Not this time, just all the other times. Again, I'm pretty sure that's the developers feeling bad for me. Oh my god. My timing is so off. But this is actually beneficial in its own way. Notice that my character is now beaten up, and so he's dripping blood and dying. Okay, that went much more smoothly this time. That's right, gunman. Get really close to me. See what happens. But anyway, on with the demo. The thing I was pointing out earlier was that my character was bleeding and the screen had gone very dark, and it just sort of gets across this notion that you're playing as a very fragile character, which is neat, because that's kind of the whole point of the game, is that the Drifter is ill with something. He's got some sort of terrible disease, and so it stands to reason that he takes a few hits and he's nearly at death's door. Again, another cool effect. And this place is kind of insane, so let's stay quick. the end. So again, that was just a very short, really early demo. The game had been in development for a little bit before its Kickstarter went up, but not that long. So this is very preliminary stuff. I would not take any of it as particularly final, but it gives you a decent idea of the systems that are in place and kind of what the game's going to play like. Again, every little aspect of the game, from the movement on the dash to hits and the hitboxes and stuff, that's all still being tweaked. So don't necessarily take this as representative of the finer details, but you know, the general tone and vibe and what Heart Machine is going for should be pretty evident from this, and I think it's pretty neat so far. Obviously there's still a lot of little flaws and nitpicky things because it's very early, but I do have a good feeling about it, and I definitely want to see more of the world and explore more of it, and get more items, and just generally all of that stuff. The basics of combat are sound, though, in a different sort of way from what I was expecting. I was thinking something that was going to be more about like hacking through a bunch of enemies very quickly and fluidly, but this is more about avoiding while taking out enemies strategically, and I like that more. I'd like to see more enemy types and things like that. I think that what we saw here was very basic, so I didn't really get to do much other than dodge, hit, dodge, hit, dodge, hit, which was simple, even though I was very bad at it, as you saw. But yeah, so that was Hyper Light Drifter, and I will see you all next time. I won't actually see you. I can't see any of you. It'd be really weird if I could, but maybe I can. Okay, I'm done. Bye.